Balance for Blind Adults, Working Blind series. George's story.
First of all, I'm hybrid, so I work 3 days at home, 2 days in the office. So days I come into the office, I usually wake up earlier than I wake up at home. The Wheel-Trans comes, picks me up, and we arrive here. I get assistance to the door of the building. Once I'm in the building, I walk myself to the cafeteria, go in there, order my food for breakfast and lunch, and then grab a coffee as well. I do that and go upstairs. I turn on my computer, I sign in, so I know that people know I'm here. And then once I'm signed in, then I go to my software that I use to retrieve files from and start working.
George wears headphones as he works.
Okay, my name is George Nellas. I work for TD Bank. I've been here 18 years. My current role is an Operations Officer 2. I work at the Property Tax Department with the mortgages. I basically answer inquiries regarding tax accounts, mortgages, things like that. When a person gets a mortgage from us, we have the option of paying their taxes for them as well, so they'll be on track, and they usually have inquiries regarding that tax account, why we have a deficit, why there's so much in there, or why are we paying so much. I wanted to study psychology. I applied to York University as a mature student. I got in. After I applied for the university, I started classes, but I found that it was a bit challenging at the university level. We're talking mid-90s now. The biggest obstacle for me was the textbooks. They were on cassettes, 4-track cassettes, what we used to call them. So it was very, very painful trying to follow the class. But, there were accessible computers at the time, but again, it was very limited. I had another job at utilities company, and they hired me, but there were so many issues. JAWS just would not work with their system. They were paying me, which I was grateful for, but I wasn't working. And at the end, they let me go because there was just no way they could make it work. I was made aware of job fair back in 2007 at the Hilton downtown. At the time, I went with a friend. We looked around. There were several exhibitors, several companies there. There were also a lot of people with disabilities. I was quite impressed. I said, hey, if these people are doing it, so can I. So I took copies of my resume, handed them out, and sure enough, TD called me in for an interview. My biggest technology I use is a screen reader, JAWS, which basically verbalizes the screen for me, what's being displayed.
He opens Microsoft Word.
And without that, I could not do my job, but yeah, that's the biggest one. After that, it's something called the Kurzweil, which is a scanning software which scans, I would say, let's say, for example, PDF files, images, stuff that cannot be read by JAWS.
George works with the software.
So if it's a bill or if it's an email or stuff like that, it will read it out for me. Most of the Microsoft applications that we use here have shortcut keys, which are a lifesaver because you can use shortcut keys instead of the mouse to do most of the functions that people use the mouse to do. So that cuts it down on time. It makes it more efficient. The smartphone I have many apps to help me. I have scanning apps that I take a picture of the hard copy and then it verbalizes for me, so it reads it off to me.
A piece of paper is placed on the disc with a printed message. The text reads, please do not /replace chair.
I familiarized myself with the routes. People were showing me around the first week I was here, orienting me to this is the cafeteria, this is the hallway, this is the office, this is the bathroom, this is the kitchenette. So once I mapped that out in my mind, I used my cane to, travel around the building, the various parts, and familiarity basically did it for me. So I've been here now 18 years, so I'm pretty used to this environment. And advice, I would say, research what you want to do. Make sure your JAWS skills, software, accessibility skills are up to date, and just go for it. Apply and go for it. What I do in my interviews, I know that people are reluctant to talk about my disability when they're interviewing me, but I bring it up. It's not about ability, it's about accessibility. If the playing field is level, I can do the job. That's what I told them.
Video production, Danny Pham. Project Director, Christina Peruzzi. Executive Producer, Deborah Gold. Special thanks to George Nellas and TD Canada Trust. WorkingBlind.ca. Balance for Blind Adults. Copyright Balance for Blind Adults 2025.